nyamalala. Kudzaba ikusukuhlabi ngekahlabi. Wena ukhophe emanxebeni uxhaphuxela ichwili. Inkokheli imehlo atsha imibane ukubutsha uzela isizwe. Inkokheli iimphambo zibanze kumhlaba kubudibanisa iintlanga zomhlaba. Nditsho wena msholozi kancamalala. Nditsho wena enyatha emnyama. Enyathela ngemikhonto amanye amakhosi xa inyathela ngezitho. Nditsho wena edwalela ibushelezi. Msholozi kancamalala. Obu buhle bungaka sibubona kuMzantsi Afrika. Olu hlohlo lwezindlu lakhe lisizwe. Ewe, that's a good story to tell, Mongameli. Lentshana uMzantsi Afrika ifunda simahla. Olu lutsha luqhamla kule mfundo. Ewe, that's a good story to tell, Mongameli. Sakubona Mongameli udlala indlebe neenkokeli zaseLesotho. Ukuze uMzantsi Afrika uqhawule kunginginya yamanzi. Ewe, that's a good story to tell, Mongameli. Sineqhayiya nebhongo ngawe msholozi. Kuba ulikhokele kakuhle kakhulu eli lizwe mntakaNcamalala. Hamba unyathela meva mna sendwanyathela buna. Usungoyiki songovuka endleleni. Kuba bathe gaba bhetsisa imiqolo ngaphandle. Kululeka wona wabe msholozi. Kuba wena ambesiwe koxholovana bangafanele kutshaba. Into zomarhashule. Mandikuyeke msholozi ndingakudelelisi ngamagwala. Terham, yo!
Thank you very much, directors of the program. Thank you for the opportunity. Comrade Ace Mahashule, the chair of the ANC in the province and the Free State, the leadership of this province, and we have been to a number of areas where we have conducted door-to-door and interacted with our people, listened to their concerns, and also met the senior citizens of this country. This time around, we've been conveying one message that must be clear to all of us. We are in a long journey to a prosperous South Africa. A journey that began many years ago. This journey has two legs. It's important to contextualize this so that we understand where we are and why we should vote correctly, why we should vote and invest with our votes for the future of this country today. The story begins by explaining that the African National Congress is different from other political parties. It is the organization that was formed by the people of this country, not just South Africa only. Southern Africa participated. It's not a political party that was formed because people agreed on ideology or people were angry because the ANC had taken decisions against them, or people moved out because they disagreed with policy. ANC is different. Ke mokgatlo wa batho, ke mokgatlo wa setjhaba. So when the ANC was born, the interests of the poor people, of the oppressed people, was at the center of the reason why, and the reason why they were prepared to die, to liberate the oppressed. And it is true that the journey that started in 1912 saw many things in the way. Great leaders were produced by the struggle. Heroes and heroines were produced. Different forms of struggles were waged as the conditions demanded. There were many critics who criticized the ANC. Some people disagreed on the way and went their own ways. And many organizations were born, but many disappeared. The African National Congress moved on with one objective: to liberate the people of this country. For that, ANC cadres and leaders were prepared to go to prison. And indeed, many stayed many decades in prison for our sake. Many died of all ages for our sake. We are different from many. We have a track record that we can show in this long journey. A track record of courageous fight against oppressors, and a track record to liberate South Africa in 1994. It was 82 years since the beginning of the long journey. That marked the end of the first leg of our long journey. And we began in 1994 in this long journey, the second leg, with an objective to reach a prosperous South Africa. We don't know how many years we're going to take, but we have the commitment, the dedication, the clarity, all the policies you can think of. It is 20 years in this second leg of our long journey. This 20 years is an important first 20 years of us in government in the country, correcting and rebuilding the damage that was done by colonialism and apartheid. And we cannot be perfect at the beginning. We can't be perfect in 20 years. We've started the journey and we are moving on the journey. And we can see already that we are making good progress. And that is why we can tell today that we have a good story to tell. We can see where we come from. We can see where we're going. How many years it is going to take? No one can answer. No one knew in 1912 that it would take 82 years. Fact of the matter, we are on the correct path. We are clear where we're going. It is this point that is important, particularly to all of us, particularly to the young people, that we need to reach a South Africa that is prosperous, that has everything. We need to invest now with everything that we have. Among others is our vote to determine the pace, the direction, and indeed to invest to the future. That is why there is no argument about the fact that the majority of this country vote the African National Congress. It's because of this clearing history and understood record of this organization, that it carries the interests of the poor, the interests of the people of this country, the interests of the workers. There is no other organization that carries the interests of the poor and the workers like the ANC. It is therefore a duty of all of us to participate in moving the South Africa forward by ensuring that this organization, that is the organization of the people, is continuously given the mandate to change the quality of lives of our people. And there is no other. We have policies that are superior. We have programs that are superior. We have the clarity. We have delivered in the 20 years on a number of things, and we are getting better in understanding the government because we are gaining experience. That is why the last 5 years has done things that are more visible than any other time because we have gained experience. And therefore, on the 7th of May, all of us must vote this organization of the people. With the ANC, there is certainty. You know exactly what the ANC is going to do. There is clarity. I'm not sure about other people. I've heard them shouting on the top of their voices to say, ANC makes empty promises. And yet, the ANC does not make empty promises. It is in government. What it talks about is going to implement. They are making the empty promises. Well, they know they are not going to win elections. They know they cannot implement what they say. Those indeed are empty promises. We don't make empty promises.